anything. Lucas says no, but adds that to calm her nerves. Leah grabbed his flask and took a big drink. Chiba asks to test the flask, and Lucas agrees immediately. Then Conan asks another key question. When you saw her collapse, why did you say, "This is perfect timing"? Lucas, embarrassed, admits Leah had flirted with him even before the wedding, and he felt she had hurt too many people. The last person questioned is the groom's father, who had also visited Leah's room. He says he knew her parents had passed away, so he brought her a box of chocolates as a gesture of care from a future father figure. Since her fresh manicure made it hard to open things, he even fed her a piece himself. Conan asks again, "Then why did you say she was cursed?" The father explains that before the marriage, he looked into her past and heard she had a chaotic dating history when she was younger, so he believed this was fate catching up to her. Others had made grim comments too, including the officiating priest, who also said she died too early, though he claimed he simply meant it was tragic for someone so young. Then the forensics team drops a bombshell. No toxin is found in Lucas's flask, but a large amount is found in the chocolates from the groom's father. The father is stunned. He insists he bought the box at a department store and that it was still sealed before he gave it to Leah. Officer Takagi thinks that sounds like an excuse, but Conan believes the father isn't the killer. Looking for more clues, Conan searches the venue and notices the dog that was supposed to deliver the wedding ring had its leash cut by someone. That reminds him the ceremony was delayed earlier because the dog suddenly ran in. Conan gets the wedding schedule from Emma and spots a time mismatch. The actual start time was later than planned. Emma, frustrated, explains that right before the ceremony, the groom's shoes mysteriously disappeared. Everyone searched everywhere, and they were finally found in the restroom. Combined with the dog interruption, the wedding started about 10 minutes late. At that moment, the church bells strike the hour, and it all clicks. Using Kagaro's voice, Conan gathers everyone and says, "The bride's death looked sudden, but the culprit clearly held deep hatred and even disrupted the wedding just to make sure Leah collapsed during the ceremony. Isn't that right, Reverend? You're the culprit." Conan continues, "Here's how you did it. Before the wedding, you learned the groom's father would buy chocolates. You bought the exact same box, injected it with toxin, and swapped it in. The wedding schedule is the key evidence. To make sure the toxin kicked in during your ceremony, you hid the groom's shoes and cut the dog's leash, delaying the start by around 10 minutes. That way, Leah would collapse right after entering the hall. But the toxin acted a few minutes earlier than you expected, which is why you said, too early." The priest still denies it and demands a motive. Then Officer Takagi reveals what he found. The priest once had an only son, and that son was Leah's classmate. They had dated seriously for a while, then broke up. A few months later, the priest's son passed away by suicide. Conan adds, "That was your motive. And among everyone here, only you had the chance to swap the chocolate boxes. The original, non-toxic box is probably still with you." Faced with undeniable evidence, the priest finally confesses. He says he did it to avenge his son. After Leah left him, his son fell into severe depression and eventually ended his life. What broke him even more was that Leah showed no remorse and even joked about it afterward. So he created this entire plan, determined to make her pay.